Make a wish.
I already did. Make another one.
I stack cookies. That's what I do.
Paul, what an amazing guy. Ever since 1984, when I first met him at the World Championship. I'd been world champion for 6 years in a row, and Paul was there, and I saw the drive from the start. It was amazing.
I mean, he had the gift. He had the concentration. He had the mental stability. He had the stamina.
I mean, you really have to be tough when it comes down to competitive cookie stacking. I mean, it's no game, but it is a game.
I'd never seen so much drive. I'd never seen so much drive in one individual in my life. And I felt like he was really a prodigy.
Coming up, it really wasn't that big, you know. ESPN really didn't carry it then, but, you know, of course now, the Deuce has got it on every Sunday.
You know, when I first met Paul, I have to admit, there was that thing about the fame and the fun of, you know, being at the cookie events. God, it was so much fun at first.
You know, I've gained a lot of things along the way, and I've lost a lot of things along the way. My best friend Chip, he was my trainer, and you know, in the early days, in the beginning, you know, he was really pivotal in helping me motivate myself to really concentrate on trying to stack cookies, you know, because it takes a lot of mental preparation. It's not as easy as most people think.
You know, I guess I eventually took on a role of a child manager, coach, and I was with him for every competition and the highs and the lows.
It was one day when he got really mad. It's the first time I ever saw him like that. He didn't like the schedule. He was scheduled for a Saturday morning, and evidently he had something really important to do, because he just flipped. Come to find out, he had some cookie stacking competition.
People don't take it seriously, but I do, and you know, I think that's a big deal. You know, it's something that helps me in my life and keeps me going. You know, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have cookie stacking.
A lot of the kids thought he was weird. Even, you know, as we got older into teenage years, you know, it got harder to be friends with him because some of my friends started looking at me weird for hanging out with him.
Eventually, I wanted a family. You know, I wanted more. I wanted the dog and the house and the kids, and it just, you know, with him it became an obsession.
Yeah, she left me. You know, I think in the end she really didn't understand this whole competitive cookie stacking thing. You know, she wanted a family and, you know, a home and, you know, kids and all that nonsense. I mean, who wants that when you can stack cookies?
Ready, steady, stack.